What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a monthly manifestation for the sign of Leo. Okay, Leo, you guys are second during the zodiac lineup for group one. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay. Um, Hopefully these readings still have or hold some messages for you. We're winding down out of April and I am truly behind schedule, um, but things happen, especially energetically, more so than anything. So we're going to try our best to give you some positive messages in these readings. Okay, so it's based off of the premise to help you manifest and hopefully get what it is you are trying to achieve as far as your intentions, um, just in life in general. um, for you guys, of course, today is now Thursday. The full moon has passed, which was on the 23rd. So the dates that I mentioned um, for this month are all past, pretty much past energy for you. Okay. But there could be some rollover energy into the month of May too. Okay. So I'm going to try and get myself back on schedule. My energy has just been kind of off lately. It is my birthday month, but been kind of, I don't want to say low vibrational, but just out of alignment is more the term I would use. Okay. And just feeling the energy of the collective, also feeling like you guys are kind of in the midst of kind of centering yourselves as well in a way, or just maybe going through some things emotionally. Okay. So new moon energy was on the 8th, which was our total solar eclipse, but it was also new moon energy as well. So maybe some heightened energy around then for you guys. Um, but that was the beginning of any kind of new intentions or goals that you wanted to set. And then the 15th was the first quarter moon, which is your time for checking in on your progress if you're actually obtaining or working towards obtaining that goal on the 15th. And then the full moon being on the 24th, I mean, not 24th, 23rd, was in reference to pretty much a completion of some sort, of either a phase or some kind of connection, okay, for some people. All right. So that ended. Okay. So we're going to go one from the top, which is for the new moon energy, one directly from the bottom, which is for first quarter moon energy, and then one energetically from the middle, which I think I'm going to go here for full moon energy from the middle. Okay. So this kind of feels a little bit weird only because of the fact that all these dates that I just mentioned have already passed. Okay. So I'm going to try my best not to talk in present energy, but it may still kind of resonate for presently. Based off of the timing of where we are, and like I said, that rollover energy. Okay, so let's see where your energy lies, Leo, as it pertains to the first the new moon energy on the 8th. Okay, this is energy that is past, but it could be lingering. All right, so balance, spirituality, and practicality. Okay, Pisces energy here. Okay, full moon in Pisces. All right. I don't, you can, look up the full moon energy of that sign to see if it kind of resonates with you. But I just primarily mention the sign as an honorable mention. Okay. So, again, the 8th being a day of balance in the month of April. of pretty much protecting your energy in a way. Okay. I think that a lot of people are finding themselves kind of evaluating connections this year, in a sense of whatever has transpired over the last couple of years. Okay, a lot of changes have occurred. Okay, and so now it's time for a new change or evolution in a way of our mindset and how we actually communicate and connect with people. Okay, so I think for you, maybe you have found yourself, maybe coming back to being a little bit more social with everyone. That's where everyone is at this point, I think. For some, it's not as easy, but you're trying to balance yourself in a sense of also how you reconnect with certain people, okay, with everything that's been happening. Let's move on to the 15th, which is the first quarter moon energy for you, Leo. Was your commitment is being tested, okay? Your commitment is being tested. First quarter moon. This is where, not where we are currently right now, but as far as in your reading, that is what we are reviewing is first quarter moon energy. So, commitments being tested maybe around that time and maybe a little bit even now and going forward, maybe even past May. Your commitments to certain things will be tested, okay? In the sense of, really, are you all there? I get this feeling of someone like maybe like having a conversation with you and you feel detached in a way or not really present in the conversation. And so a lot of people are wondering, are you even still, interested? Okay. Now, I don't know if you can kind of play that towards romantical things as well. But that may be, for someone with a Leo placement, not, because these are sun, moon, and rising. I don't really feel any Venus energy, but it could be, okay? But I just don't feel it strongly, okay? But definitely that's just a small example of, again, a test of whether or not if you're being detached or if, like I said, if you're still interested in something, okay? And it could be on a spiritual level for some. As far as your commitments, okay, the universe is wondering, okay, you've asked for certain things. Maybe in February you asked for certain or particular signs to be shown to you. It's now April. The universe is showing you that you need to protect yourself on something, but you are not really listening. You're choosing to go the other way, okay? Not that anything, bad is going to happen for doing that, but it may be a situation of you either learning the hard way on something, and it's just going to take you longer before you really understand, okay, the reason for certain things happening, all right? So, commitments being tested somewhere along the line of from the 15th going past May. I don't really see where it's ending because, again, this is based off of you, Leo, and how you observe things, okay? Now, let's get into the full moon energy for you, Leo, where a new start is coming, okay? It's like a restart because here we are with new moon energy coming back again, okay? Now, like I said, this is rolling over into the next month, and we have a new moon coming up in May. Let me kind of skip forward and check on the dates for you guys on that. In May, the new moon is going to be on the 7th, okay? So some inner strength maybe to start over on something or getting an opportunity to start over with something new, okay? Maybe that is where the universe and God is trying to, tell you to move into a new direction, okay? Not in the past, but moving forward, okay? So full moon energy will have maybe that epiphany moment for you with a change as the 23rd, if we break that down numerology wise. The number 3, focusing on yourself and centering mind, body, and spirit. and 2, focusing on what it is that you want, not what you don't want. Okay, I know y'all hear me say it. If you are a regular on this channel, you hear me say it all the time, but that is the biggest thing that is going on within the collective, is the divide, in the sense of everyone is seeing these readings at different times of their lives. And a major thing is, are you really focusing on what you want? Okay, I see triple twos all the time. I'm not even going to lie to you, okay? And so for me personally, I have to hone in on what it is that I truly want, at one time. We all want all kinds of things, but we can want them all the time, but are we even moving in alignment to get those things in which we want? Or are we just, talking about it but not being about it, okay? And so there's all different meanings to triple twos, but mostly being on a positive standpoint and moving towards what it is that you truly want. Okay, things that you don't want don't even deserve your attention. Okay, and so that's something that you have to really think about. We put 2 and 3 together, that equals to 5. Okay, equaling to 5 means some form of change. Okay, and so you may know that something new is needed and something new is on the horizon to come. Okay, and so you get a chance to kind of either completely start anew or start over on something that you said you wanted back maybe in February, and really get serious about it now. Okay, so that's where we are with that energy there. Okay, so with that being said, and kind of looking at this spread right now, new moon here towards the tail end of this spread, and we had full moon in Pisces at the beginning. So you're kind of, kind of behind schedule, if you will, just like I am with getting these readings out. So whatever it is spiritually for you, Leo, that you need to get caught up in, it'll come more so towards the end of the month. Okay, we do have Knight of Pentacles and the 7 of Cups. Okay, opposite of each other. All right, you have the Knight of Pentacles going this way as far as an offer is concerned. Maybe an offer was put on the table, but it was not strong enough, because you have a lot of options or things to choose from with this 7 Cups. Okay, consider this kind of a pre-read into the clarifiers here. Okay, then we have the Page of Pentacles, all right, and 7 of Cups still here, leaning, going towards this 7 of Pentacles here, still small. Okay, Page is even smaller than a Knight, where it's just, kind of thoughts. Okay, little minuscule things. Okay, and maybe that is something that you need, maybe small things that you need to get out of the way. Okay, 7 of Cups energy, dealing with emotions. You could have your emotions everywhere on certain things, on how you feel about particular things, and it's time for you to kind of move those things out of the way. They're minuscule, probably what has been holding you up and keeping you in this kind of backlog, if you will. Okay, we now have the 7 of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles. Okay, waiting on your harvest. Okay, some form of long-standing history of waiting for something of value to kind of be able to spring out here. If we put these two together, it equals up to 8. Okay, this Page of Pentacles is still here, aiming opposite of this. Okay, so I almost feel like you can almost take away, in a sense, if you spend more time caring about sharing certain things with people than focusing on yourself. Okay, instead of your own work. Okay, so kind of a takeaway, but also putting together in the sense of you finally realizing that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and make this the last shuffle here, and we're going to cut the deck, and then we'll pick 3 to clarify this energy of these phases of the moon for the month of April for you, Leo. Same thing, one from the top for new moon energy, one from the bottom for first quarter moon energy, and then one energetically from the middle. And my eyes went directly to this one for full moon energy. We'll look at the bottom of the deck to see what the overall outcome is of this energy. Okay, so to start with this new moon energy that happened on the 8th, balance, spirituality, and practicality, we have another page, but this time it is the Page of Cups. Okay, Page of Cups. Some form of light emotional offer here. Okay, I automatically, when I look at the cup, I see like a little fish kind of sticking out of the cup, so I automatically think Pisces when I see the page. Trying to balance yourself again socially in a way, but really could be just in a sense of self, like internal reflection of self, in a way, kind of looking within on how to kind of continue being the person that you are, or dealing with someone in a way of how you want to keep dealing or keeping a connection while balancing spirituality and practicality. Okay, again, past energy here, nothing strong to really pinpoint on until we get further along in this spread. Okay, but I do feel like maybe someone came towards you at this time, but it was very light. I don't know if you really wanted to take a chance on this person. You were kind of in the midst of dealing with your own personal stuff, but this person has promise. You just need to see how things flow along. Okay, so let's see what's going on. First quarter moon energy. Your commitment is being tested, is being paired with the Four of Pentacles. Okay, now I will say, when I was shuffling before getting into your reading, I saw the Four of Pentacles come out a little bit during the shuffle, and so you may be holding back on something, Leos, in the sense of maybe more so towards finances than like information. Okay, unless you're withholding particulars in regards to information. Okay, I get this sense of, again, and this kind of pulls on Cancer a bit, in the sense of kind of testing your mindset in a way. That was, well, not you per se, but I felt that energy in Cancer's reading, I think around last month, of them doing that. Might have been last month or February. But it feels like maybe people are asking you questions about stuff that test your integrity. Okay, I think that is what I'm feeling. Okay. And so that may be what's going on, and you're kind of withholding a little bit, maybe because you understand that's what's happening, and you know, you're not blind to it, because you can kind of read in between the lines of things. And so even though you can read in between the lines, do not hide what you actually feel, okay, too much, because that can still backfire in a way. But if you're trying to protect yourself, again, for coming out here, and this is in the month of April, where we are trying to protect our energy and maybe our integrity, okay? But commitments are being tested For some of you, it's about protecting your finances and kind of holding back on certain things because of the fact that you have other things to deal with that are a little bit more, have a little bit more importance. So do what you can with what you have. But others of you, it's about, information. Again, it may not be air energy, but I still feel that energy of communication of some sort, of people asking you particular questions, just to see where your mind is on certain things, okay, which they feel is going to get them the answers that they're seeking, or at least close to them. All right, let's get into this full moon energy of a new start is coming. Is being paired with the Empress, okay? So maybe you are now considering yourself in this kind of mindset in a way, or someone is about to give birth to something, maybe conceiving. I don't feel an idea. It could be for some of you. Others of you, it could be in regards to wanting to start a family. And so it starts with you. Nothing wrong with that. You may feel a little up in the air about it, as far as how to go about it, or if you're actually ready to. But if you've been, I don't feel like it's planned. Maybe just ends up happening. It's a kind of, maybe you're on the fence in the sense of, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But we'll have to see what happens in your regular readings, as those come up, if this energy comes back up as far as the Empress is concerned, okay? Maybe you're rebuilding yourself in a way, and that's where the new start is, because again, like I said, it's all about, this year is about some form of balance. For others, it's about change, and of course, the month of May coming up being the 5th month of the year, changes are definitely about to come. Change in seasons, change in connections, all of that, okay? And so that is somewhat prominent for you guys around the full moon time, okay? Let's see what the overall outcome is for you guys, Leo, and it's the 8 of Wands, okay? Fast movement, okay? Haven't seen the 8 of Wands come up as a overall outcome in a really long time, and so it's kind of aiming a little bit a ways from the spread. So it definitely is probably coming from you, where you're about to move really fast, okay? Maybe in the sense of, like I said, playing catch up, spending too much time paying attention to other things that aren't really that important, because you have either personal endeavors or professional endeavors that require more attention. Hopefully you haven't been procrastinating, but if that be the case, because this 8 of Wands is here as the final outcome, okay? So I would say knock out the things that are really light work that could get done very quickly, and then focus on the major things, and hopefully being able to move kind of swiftly. You may be able to get some assistance from others, as you catch up on maybe communications, that could fill in some information, okay, for you, all right? Could be based off of someone coming back off of a vacation or a few days off and forgetting that that was something that they needed to handle before they got off, okay? And so it may require you to move a little bit quickly, okay? That's just for a few people. It's not going to be for everybody, okay? Let's get into what is the message of support for you guys to either manifest or achieve your goal, wrapping up the month of April, okay? We only have a few days left. So let's see what you guys get. I'm feeling maybe up to 4 messages. Spirit is saying 2. Let's see what we have. Nothing popped out for you guys. We're going to start directly from the bottom. And we have Labyrinth to start. Okay, Labyrinth. Transition to a higher level of being, raising your energetic vibration, enlightenment. Okay, so just like this labyrinth here, this could be how your mind feels. Okay, in the sense of trying to follow a particular path, in the sense of how things have transpired. Maybe you feel like you've been pulled every which way to go in different directions. But a labyrinth can be very long, okay? A very long journey in the sense of enlightenment, okay? And so, but it's one thing to kind of go through the journey, taking your time and really understanding things, understanding other perspectives, not just how you yourself feel, but really truly be enlightened, okay? But there's definitely, with Cups energy kind of coming up in your reading a little bit, it's definitely going to be based on some emotions as it pertains to a particular connection, okay? So that's message number 1. The next one is breaking bad habits, okay? Breaking bad habits. This one has came out a few times since I've started these readings. Self-acceptance, excellent mental health, and letting go of vices, okay? Self-acceptance, excellent mental health, and letting go of vices, okay? That could be your new start, okay, as far as bad habits are concerned. And some of them may be behavioral bad habits. Not so much. I'm not really picking up a lot of vices. It feels like more so emotional based behavior, okay? And learning how to let go, just period. And when it comes to emotional sense, okay? If you've been constantly having the same conversation over and over again, maybe it's time for self-acceptance of where things are right now, Leo, and moving on to better things, okay, with this new start, okay? Self-acceptance of who you are and what you want to be and who you want to be around you is a really big thing within a few of the signs so far, okay? And I think you guys are about to join that club, okay? That's it. That is your 2 messages there. So we can get into your present self energy, okay? In the sense of what is the energy of Leo's present self. I'm going to start there, and then we'll get into your higher self. 3 shuffles. We'll go to the bottom of the deck after we cut, and we'll refer to the book for any additional messages for you guys, Leo. Last shuffle here. Okay. Your present self energy is in purity, ice. Okay, purity, ice. Number 33. Okay, so 33 coming out, that equals out to 6. A lot of reevaluating going on, in the sense of maybe just backtracking, in the sense of understanding why things may be the way they are. Okay. Needing to kind of purify yourself a little bit, maybe go into a respite, in a sense. Hopefully, you know, maybe not giving people the cold shoulder as much, or maybe feeling like you're receiving the cold shoulder, while things are, in movement above you, in a sense. Um, Maybe some form of isolation, if you will. Self isolation, others it may be social. But while you're in the isolation, understand why it is, okay? Instead of what caused it to be the way that it is, okay? You're really called upon to really center yourself, look within, to figure some things out, okay? Let's head into the book so we can see what additional messages are added on to this card for you guys. This is water energy. Okay, and you do have bravery and oceans underneath. Okay, so it's calling upon you to possibly have the courage and strength to move forward even after this isolation. Okay, the way forward is clear. See nature in its purity. Let it comfort you and strip away what is unnecessary. Freeze out what is not of benefit to you at this time. When you look at things clearly, there will be a purity to the solution. Okay? There will be a purity to the solution. You see what the solution is. You probably already knew what the solution was, Leo. You've just been avoiding doing it, and thus this new start. Okay? Let's see what's going on with your higher self so we can wrap up your reading, guys. What is the potential energy for the higher self of Leo? What is the potential energy for the higher self of Leo? One last shuffle here before we cut. Think of your higher self right now, which would be your subconscious self, your inner voice that you may not let come out much, only in your, in private. Let's see what we have for you guys, Leo. The law of perfection. The law of perfection. We have a mirror here, okay? Self-acceptance came up, looking within, okay? Choose to view life in all its glory, okay? We have this very ornate kind of mirror frame. We have some aura clouds, some palm trees underneath, and kind of like a city in the foreground of this imagery here, okay? But I do love how this mirror is depicted. It's really beautiful, very ornate, almost Victorian, Orientalish, okay? Try not to get lost in vanity, Leos, okay? As much as possible, because you do miss out on the beauty of nature in which is around you, okay? When you focus too much on yourself. Page 25, okay? All right. Choose to view life in all its glory. You are whole and completely complete exactly as you are. This card is saying it may indicate for you to practice extra self-love, okay? But not in the sense of vanity, okay? If someone's made you feel or hit your insecurities in a way about yourself, do not let that person make you feel as though you have to change, okay? If it's external or if it's internal, you should want to change for yourself, not because of someone else, okay? Anytime you are unkind to yourself, remember to heal the pain within. The first step is to hold sacred space for your healing. Take a long bath, prepare yourself a beautiful dinner, and place flowers by your bed. Pretend you are dating yourself. If you do not learn to love yourself, who will? The universe wants you to know you are perfect exactly as you are. Your affirmation is I am love. Okay? Write a love letter to yourself, practice becoming your own best friend, and take yourself on a special date to your favorite place. Okay? So, if some of you have been kind of hurting in the sense of maybe not being able to have that love in which you have been seeking, it's been within you the whole time. Okay? Always showing others that you can love yourself shows them how they have to love you. Okay? Not have to, but they have to be willing to. Okay? And so you have to treat yourself like the queen that you are. You are the empress, and it is time for you to start acting as such. Okay? It's one thing to try and push someone to accept you for who you are, and maybe you have already accepted yourself, but what you want is for this other person to accept you. Okay? If someone comes back and tells you all these negative things in regards to why they won't be with you, um, ask yourself, are they even meeting those requirements in which they want of you? Okay? That is my take on it. Okay? Because how can you be an individual if someone is putting so many criterias and statements on you, okay, to be something that they want you to be? But if they wanted you to be that, then they wouldn't have been with you if they didn't see that in you in the first place. Okay, if that makes sense. Okay, so love you, be who you are for you, not for someone else, because anyone else who truly loves you will take you where you are, unless they see or hear you say that you want to evolve yourself or become something more than what you are now. That is something different. But someone who wants you to be something more for them, they should have seen that wasn't in you from the beginning, and they should not have drug you along for some unnecessary ride. Okay, that is just my personal opinion. Okay, and so it's time for you to come to that realization. I can't, put that on you. If anything, I'm just here as a vessel to, motivate you and hopefully give you some clear insight from a different perspective. Okay, so hopefully this is helpful to you, Leos. I know it seemed for me kind of weird towards the end how it was going, but kind of missed out on getting to this energy a little bit beforehand instead of the tail end of the month. So hopefully there's a lesson in here if it did not resonate. But feel free to like, share, and subscribe if it did, so you can be notified the next time I do a reading for your sign. Some more readings to come slowly but surely. But until then, Leos, peace.